There hasn't been a new asset class since the bond market was created in 1693. Well, now there's a new asset class, and it is the digital asset space. The question is, are you participating? Hey, what's going on, guys? It's the Crypto Siege with another day in the life, in the crazy life that is the digital asset space. Good morning. Happy Tuesday to you. Man, what a great day to be in the digital asset space. I got to tell you. So what is going on with the latest news? It feels as though people are freaking out a little bit. It feels like people are freaking out a little bit. So Ripple's Asheesh Birla, who's the senior vice president of manager for products or something like that, SVP at Ripple. You know, he puts out that the volume is going to look a little different. However, we still remain focused on low value payment transactions, right? So we're going to go over that a little bit. Lots of stuff going on, lots of videos, I'm sure, have been going on, and tweets on Twitter about this. I'm certain of that. But I would just add, hey, don't speculate, appreciate, right? Don't speculate, appreciate. And what I mean by that is, hey, Asheesh Birla and Ripple is coming out and letting you know some things are going to change. They perhaps are doing a pivot for some particular reason. It feels as though that reason is lining up with the challenges going on in the US of A. That's what I believe. And they want to let us know, right? They're going to give us a heads up on kind of what's going on. In my opinion, saw a tweet. I'm going to hopefully I can find the tweet. Well, I believe the tweet said literally hours after Ripple tweets this out, 800 million XRP is moved. 800 million XRP moved to 4 unknown wallets. Right after, within hours of Ripple or Asheesh Birla putting out the article. Then there's an article from Forbes. This came out the other day. Congress is to hold a hearing on digital dollar options. Digital dollar options for the stimulus checks. I mean, who knows, right? Who knows? But my thing is the people from Ripple, out of the kindness of their hearts, are letting us know that it's just, there may be a different look to the volume, but not to panic, right? Not to panic. Don't go selling your XRP for Chainlink, and then announce it on Twitter. Madness. But, you know, he's letting us know what's going on, right? They are letting us know what's going on. There's going to be a different look to the volume. Now, I was watching a little bit of To the Lifeboats, giving his point of view on what's happening. And I would suggest that if there's a pivot in some place, large value transaction to low payments, low value, that there's a reason for it. The bigger picture is that Ripple is able to pivot and move. That's the bigger picture. That they're quite able and capable to pivot and make the move, to move and pivot in the way that they need to. That's the bigger picture. All right, so there's no, what I see is no failures, no failing. What I see is they're pivoting to address a bigger need. Let us not forget that they just came out with the SME plan that they were doing. I mean, right? Then they just came out with their SME plan, did they not? They just came out with the Ripple SME white paper just weeks ago. just weeks ago. Just weeks ago. Ripple SME white paper. And now they tweet out, and we're gonna go over the article. I'm sure some of you have already seen it. I'm gonna go over it a little bit, but I would just suggest don't speculate. Appreciate the fact that they're giving us a heads up. Appreciate the fact that they're in a position that they're agile enough that they can pivot and address a need. They're not just pivoting. Nowhere did it say there's pivoting because it's a major fail somewhere, and they have to pivot to plan B, C, or D. They're saying they're pivoting because of an economic situation, current global crisis situations. And perhaps they were called to action. Perhaps they were called to action. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. Congress getting together and coming together to discuss different payment options. It's like, so MoneyGram, right? I get it. I get it. MoneyGram, right? For us, I mean, number 2 in the world behind Western Union, number 2. But where do you think MoneyGram fits in terms of the derivatives market? What do you, in terms of volume? What do you think MoneyGram fits in terms of the treasuries, the Federal Reserve, in terms of volume, right? Those are $1 trillion markets, right? So one might say that MoneyGram is an SME in comparison. I'm gonna share a tweet, if I can find a tweet, about the success just recently touted from Euromexican Bank, Bitso, and MoneyGram in reference to ODL. Not failures, successes. So the pivot, if that's the case, is perhaps because Ripple and its ODL, or Ripple and its software, is being called upon to solve a bigger issue than Ripple's cross-border payments solution, if you understand what I'm saying. Maybe there's a bigger picture, like the global economic crisis. Maybe. You know what I'm saying? So what's going on, guys? Rod Hop is good, my dude. Good to see you on the stream. TJ Jackson is in the building. What's up, TJ? For sale is here. Drew Jack is in the building. What's up, Drew? Good to see you guys this morning. Catherine Parson. Hey, miss. Good morning to you. Right? So that's my thing is, don't speculate. Appreciate that they're giving you the heads up. Appreciate that Ripple is mobile enough and agile enough to pivot. Appreciate the fact that Ripple perhaps has a solution to a bigger problem, and they've been called upon to help solve the problem. YouTube biggest juice is in the building. What's up, Steve O.D.? Good to see you, my friend. Raymond Scott is here. Carmen, another woman in crypto is in the building. Good morning to you, miss. How are you? Comedian Chuck Real is here. What's up, D. Kirchner? Yeah, so it's a big time party this morning. Good to see you guys. Right? So, I mean, that's kind of the deal. That's what I would say. So, I guess the overall message is don't panic. Ripple took the time to put the word out to let us know what's going on. And you just got to kind of sift through that a little bit. Let me go to Twitter first. And then I'll go over the thing from Ripple. Let's do that. Let's see if I can do this the right way. Share. So here's the tweet from Ripple. While ODL related transaction volume may look a little different this month, not forever, but this month, our focus on supporting low value, high frequency payments is stronger than ever. This is from the Senior Vice President of Product at Ripple, Asheesh Birla, explains how Ripple is evolving. Ripple is evolving with the shifting global tide. Staying the course in remittances and SME payments, Ripple. We are continuing to focus. We are continuing to focus on low value, high frequency payments with ODL. Let me cover a couple of things that I got here. Let me see. Let's see if we can make this happen. This is something from James Rule XRP. I'll cover that later. There's Baba Cugs again, guys. We just love Baba Cugs. Very entertaining dude. Overnight, you've been warned. He's clicking the reset button. He knows how to get some attention, doesn't he? He knows how to grab attention. So this is from XRP Researcher. MoneyGram last quarterly report. XRP is doing exactly what has to be done. This is from the Bitso CEO. XRP is a game changer. And then this is from Graham Bright, the guy, one of the executives at Euro Exim Bank, is all in on XRP. We shared a video on this channel where he was talking about not only RippleNet and using RippleNet, being on RippleNet, but also using the digital asset XRP, literally saying using XRP, an executive at a bank, right? It seems to me if XRP is dying, I think we're about to see real volume come through. So again, just think about that for a second. Here's a tweet from I Am Legion. MoneyGram digital business achieves triple-digit growth in May. Triple digits. Blockchain backer had an interesting thing here. But if the entire announcement from Ripple is not dealing with the treasury and dancing around MoneyGram, then we can see on Bitstamp how there is always a 2-day weekend gap in volume, and then the volume returns in the week. However, this week, the volume did not return. Asheesh Birla tweeted out, and I know there was a tweet back and forth with Crypto Eddie as well. When we first conceived the idea for ODL, we identified low value, high volume payments as the sweet spot. I don't know, maybe that might look a little bit like some stimulus checks. I mean, I don't know. I think that stimulus checks might fall into the low value, high volume sweet spot, where customers would see the greatest value in time and money saved using XRP. These often translate to remittances, one sector, remittance, another sector, e-commerce, another sector, SME payments. Let's see where his 2 of 2 is here. Let me see here. Does he have a 2 of 2? Only see where. Okay, there it is. That's not to say you can't use ODL for other types like treasury and supply chain. However, as the world changes, Ripple is deliberately focusing on the specific use case that will serve what the market needs. Let me find the other tweet here. Here's Mark Phillips pointing out that Congress is holding Congress to hold a hearing on the digital dollar options for stimulus payments. The options. In other words, perhaps they're looking at a different way to get this money to people. I'm trying to find the one. This is pretty good news. Ripple has moved from Michael at Val Link. Shout out to Michael. Make sure you guys follow him on Twitter. I'll tell you, he got some really good stuff. At Val5Links on Twitter. Ripple has moved to court asking to drop all fraud charges against it on the lawsuit, as the plaintiff has failed to provide details to back its claim. Okay, this is from Anders Lundberg. You know, he's got some really good stuff as well on Twitter. Make sure you guys follow him too, at X_Anderson. Just 1.5 hour after Ripple released the article discussing the change in strategy, an hour and a half later after the article was released, 800 million XRP was sent from Ripple's over-the-counter wallet to 4 unknown wallets. The last time XRP was moved from that wallet was in December of 2019. Can someone tell me the value of 800 million XRP? Is that $200 million? Is that, what is that? Is that 16 million? What is the number? I don't know. Last time XRP was moved from that wallet was in December of 2019. An hour and a half after that article being released. Makes you think a little bit, doesn't it? 4 unknown wallets, by the way. That is exactly right. And the whole world's gone crazy. Yeah. Jay's at the water coolers here. What's going on, my friend? Good to see you, brother. One tweet from Abdul and the whole world has gone crazy. That's funny. 4 unknown wallet. Purple Kush says that he believes that's go under the Brazil's banks, the central banks in Brazil. And how do you can come to 200 million? Okay, thank you, Purple Kush. And how does one come to that conclusion, Purple Kush? Would you care to share? An hour and a half later, Brazil, central bank, closed meeting. What were they talking about, you think? What do you think the discussions might look like? I don't know. Closed door meeting with the Central Bank of Brazil. Hey, you never know, right? In any case, it's not, again, don't speculate. Let's appreciate. You know what I mean? Oh, Purple Kush says, 800 million XRP to 4 unknown wallets. An hour and a half later. So let's talk about the, well, I got to share first. Let's talk about this particular thing. I mean, I don't know. It's probably just coincidence. 800 million was discussed. Purple Kush. In the closed door meeting. Is that what you're saying, Purple Kush? So let me hit the share button. I'm going to share this article. I mean, look, I'm not going to go over too much of it, but just a bit of it. Congress to hold hearing on digital dollar options for the stimulus payments. The House Financial Services Committee. When did this come out? June 8th. Yesterday. will be holding a hearing to discuss the use of digital tools to improve the delivery of stimulus payments. The task force on financial technology, created along with the task force on artificial intelligence last year by Chairwoman Maxine Waters, has responsibilities examining revisions to fintech revisions to these regulations, including the legal and regulatory structure of consumer protections, data privacy issues, and consumer engagement. This is from Congressman Stephen Lynch, who serves as the chair of the FinTech Task Force and will oversee the hearing this Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, titled Inclusive Banking During a Pandemic. Using Fed accounts and digital tools to improve delivery of stimulus payments. That's a very interesting title and subject for this particular meeting or hearing. Fed accounts is a term that originated from Chairwoman Waters, titled Financial Protections, and from a bill titled Financial Protections and Assistance for America's Consumers, States, Businesses, and Vulnerable Populations. Calls for a digital dollar wallet, which the bill describes as an account maintained by Federal Reserve Bank on behalf of any person that represents holdings in an electronic device or service that is used to store digital dollars that may be tied to a digital or physical identity. So that's just to give you kind of a heads up, just to give you an idea what this hearing that's going to happen on the 12th is all about. Digital dollar, other options, digital tools. I like it. So it's just, who knows what that might look like? Who knows what that might look like? But I believe personally that it's more about appreciating that Ripple can pivot and, when called upon, move into action. When called upon. So what does it look like? What does it look like? Did Purple Kush answer that question? Oh, he said, yeah, I don't know. Okay. I gotcha. GDLT is in the building. What's going on, GDLT? Good to see you, bro. Man, I'm loving your work, man, on your YouTube channel, man. Loving your work. Keep that up, bro. Guys, go make sure you check out GDLT on YouTube. He is doing his thing over there. Really nice work, brother. Lamart Gold Million is here. What's going on, my friend? Good to see you, Lamart. That's a lot of XRP. 800 million XRP DLT moved from Ripple's OTC to 4 unknown wallets. 1.5, an hour and a half after Ripple's Asheesh Birla put out that article. 800, and the last time such an amount of XRP was removed from, well, last time anything was moved from that particular wallet was in December of 2019. And that's interesting to me, right? 800 million. And let us not forget, again, guys, the Ripple SME white paper came out. Again, letting us know. In fact, they put it out immediately after someone tweeted and asked some kind of question. Oh, the loans. When the job vacancy, right? The job hire, when they put the hire out for someone that's going to be doing this loan thing. And everyone was like, what in the world is that about? And immediately Ripple tweeted out the Ripple SME white paper. Now let's go over Ripple's thing. Then I'm going to share and remind you guys about the Ripple SME white paper. What's going on, Jared XRP? Good to see you, my friend. Ripple, staying the course in remittances and SME payments from Asheesh Birla. With the dramatic shift in the global economy, first sentence, digital payments. Remember, we always say on this channel that the global economic crisis has zero patience and waits on no one. We say that on chat all the time, right? The global economic challenge, the global economic crisis has zero patience and waits on no one. The first statement, the first words coming out of his mouth, with the dramatic shifts in the global economy, digital payment services are playing an increasingly critical role for people worldwide. Today's crisis highlights the need for the digitization of cash, access, speed, and reliability, especially for those sending money home to loved ones. Across the globe, digitalization has increased rapidly, as much as 80% in Italy, for example. Global digital payment growth is accelerating too. Interesting that they brought up Italy. With e-transaction increasing over 40%. Global digital payment growth is accelerating too, with e-transactions increasing over 40% and digital remittances spiking for several payment providers, spiking, including Western Union and, the 300% for MoneyGram, 300%. Digitization of global payments can't come soon enough. The underlying infrastructure is siloed and complex, leading to significant delays and high transaction fees. To speed up this process, financial institutions pre-fund accounts in destination currencies. But this is a costly endeavor that ties up assets and exposes companies to currency risk. Now, more than ever, financial institutions need RippleNet's on-demand liquidity service. So if they're moving away from a thing, why are they pointing out the fact that the ODL is needed more now so than ever? It's right. So it's not a fail, it's a pivot. It's, I believe, they've been called upon to serve a bigger need. Now more than ever, financial institutions need RippleNet's ODL service to provide instant global payments and meet market demand. Sending cash payments require more working capital. SME, the Ripple white paper. Remember the Ripple white paper. So remember that statement. Sending cash payment requires more working capital and resources than digital payments. Because the digital asset XRP can be sent directly, instantly, and cost effectively without needing a central intermediary, XRP eliminates the additional costs associated with sending cash payments and can be used as an alternative to pre-funding. As a bridging tool in ODL, the greater the liquidity of XRP, the less cost and friction in each transaction. ODL's benefit for eliminating pre-funding are essentially important during times of crisis. Due to the exposed risk and increased volatility. ODL's benefits are especially important during times of crisis. first thing going out of his mouth? Shifts in the global economy. I think this is a very important statement in it all. ODL's benefits for eliminating the pre-funding that SMEs, money transmitter operators, financial institutions, banks. ODL's benefits for eliminating pre-funding are especially important during times of crisis. So that would mean during this time. In the early months of the global crisis, currency volatility skyrocketed, with the Mexican peso devalued at more than 20% against the USD. For example, one example, Ripple is able to alleviate the stress caused by pre-funding for our customers, enabling instant cross-border payments for consumers. They, the customers, see the benefits of ODL as critical to their business, both maintaining and growing market share. So while the world changes around us, Ripple is staying the course. We are continuing to focus on supporting low-value, high-frequency payments with ODL. Though transaction volume may look different in this new world. Again, don't speculate, guys. Appreciate what Ripple is able to do, how they're able to pivot, how they're able to, when called upon, move into action to provide solutions. In particular, we are reducing the emphasis on large treasury payments, which are traditionally used to fund businesses and services in the absence of real-time transfers. So we're reducing that emphasis to support individual low-value transactions, addressing the growing need in remittances and SME payments. Two things. This may reduce overall ODL transaction volumes, not the liquidity, but the volumes overall. Still, because the benefits of ODL are so compelling for enabling the future of global payments, we anticipate businesses will support even more transactions than ever before on RippleNet. And new additional connections on the network will take shape. They're telling you everything that you need to know. That's the goal. More businesses and more transactions. More businesses on the RippleNet and more transactions. Growing the RippleNet, adding to the network effect. Ripple is on track to open new ODL corridors this year, and we're onboarding new customers and working with existing customers to ramp up the ODL volume in important corridors, including the Mexico and USD Mexico, USD Philippines, Australia, the USD, and Philippines, and from Euro to the USD. Businesses everywhere are adapting to the new norm, yet uncertainty remains a constant, and Ripple is here for our customers and their customers. People shouldn't have to worry when sending money abroad. Together, we can ensure that people everywhere have continued access to these services instantly, reliably, and affordably. 800 million XRP moved from the Ripple OTC wallet to 4 unknown wallets an hour and a half after. What's going on, William Leather? Good to see you, my friend. Purple Kush says, yeah, makes sense. And I mean, that's why I say don't speculate, appreciate. Because there's one particular fintech company out of San Francisco that, when called upon during a global economic crisis, can answer the call. Right? Can answer the call. Jackie 33, what's going on, miss? Good to see you. A lot of women in crypto here this morning. Good to see y'all. Frank McGillicuddy is in the building. What's up, Frank? You know what I mean? XRP was designed to be 10,000. Doesn't mean that it's going to get there in price. Right? Doesn't mean it'll get there in price. Yeah. So you guys getting the message from the article? It feels like that to me. It feels like they've been called upon to, help to solve a bigger picture than what they've been with their blinders on, focused on. Michael Otu, what's going on, bro? Yeah, don't talk here, bro. You talk here, I can start talking for another hour, my friend. Because I am pumped up about my new vertical that we're moving into. Really, really excited about it. Yeah, bro. Hair care, absolutely. Ladies love it. Ladies 100% loving it. And the numbers are proving out already early on. I mean, we just went into it. Not even 30 days or 45 days ago. Good to see you, Michael. Right? So, yeah, man, cash flow business, bro. That's, in the end, that's what it is. You got to have one. You got to have yourself a cash flow business. I mean, if for nothing else, to go from 8 write-offs to 400 plus write-offs, if for no other reason, get yourself a cash flow business. What in the wide world? No, I'm not saying that it can't get there. I'm just saying that, I don't know if it's going to get to 10,000, this year. It's designed to be a $10,000 XRP. Without question, it's designed. Don't know when it'll get there, though. It is 100% achievable. That is without question. Without question. It's 10,000% achievable. So, don't know when it'll get there. But what I do know, that the value, the fundamentals, the value of XRP warrants it. It warrants a 10,000 per XRP because the value is there. The value and what it can do is there. And again, if XRPs, and since XRP can free up and eliminate this process for pre-funding, listen, the world knows, and these smart people in these positions, they know that XRP can free up the no-share accounts. They know that. The central banks know it. Governments know it. The White House knows it. If Greg Kidd knows it, don't you think they know it? In the end, it's not like this whole process and begin to whack away at the old system of pre-funding. It's not like it can't do it. It's not like we're speculating, like, maybe XRP could free up the no-stro. Maybe XRP replaces, maybe XRP can, that's not a maybe. it's a reality. XRP can do that. It's just, when are they going to decide to take advantage of it? Because Ripple's done their part. They've created it. I mean, right? Ripple, the company, didn't create it. They have it. XRP is here. It's here, and it's able to do it. And they have let the world know what it can do and the advantages it provides. It's just a matter of whether or not the powers that be are going to, when are they going to decide to take advantage of what XRP can provide? So it's not a question of if it can do it, it can do it. It's just, when will they decide to take advantage of it? Where does it fit into the plans? Is it plan A or plan B? Is it plan C? Like we always say here, I don't know where it is, it fits in the plan, but my friends, it is in the plan. No one's going to walk away from from anything that can free up trillions of dollars. Look, if tomatoes could free up those trillions of dollars, then the powers that be would be looking at tomato farmers. The tomato farmers would be having closed door meetings with the people in Brazil. Right, the tomato farmers would be walked in to these the central bankers and what's her name, Madame Lagarde. But that's not the case. Neither is the fiat dollar. The fiat dollar is not the answer either. What is the answer? The thing that can free up the trillions of dollars, and that is indisputable, is XRP. So, as we like to say, in the end, there it is. Oh, that's a great question. Why Wi-Fi Lifestyles Review? What's going on, bro? Good to see you. I don't think I've seen that name. I like that. I like that handle, my friend. Good to see you in the stream, brother. Do me a favor, if you haven't already, liked and subscribed to the channel. If you're enjoying the hangout, please do so. How long do you estimate XRP adoption, given the boys club? So you listened to that interview, huh? Given the boys club of the banking system, use and have been using the friction of the Swiss system to their advantage, lining their own pockets. How long? Well, here's the thing that I would say. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I do believe it's going to be sooner than what most people think, because of the Ripple net and its network effect. In other words, Ripple net gives the majority of the banks. You don't understand. It's the 5 to 8 banks out of the thousands and thousands and thousands of banks. It's the 5 to 8 banks that benefit from the friction. It's not the rest of the banks. It's not the rest of the banks. So all of these medium and smaller banks, they are going to continue to run to the Ripple net. And the reason why they're not running at a faster pace right now right? The reason that they're not running at a faster pace now is because of the regulatory uncertainty, because of the lack of regulatory clarity. But that's just about coming to an end, is it not? Especially in the States. So it's the 5, it's that top 5, type 8 banks, those tier 1, those, right? That 5 to 8 that take advantage of the friction, right? Charging the medium size and the smaller banks all that money. But once they are, and they are aware of it now, but once they're able, if you will, to get the green light, these medium and these smaller businesses, they outnumber banks. They outnumber those few tier 1 banks. Imagine the masses of medium-sized and smaller banks on the Ripple net. That's a huge network effect that takes place. That's exactly right, Frank. Great point, my friend. Great point. The tracks are built. They don't do that and not use them. Exactly, my friend. That's exactly right. Why take the time to build it out there if they're not going to use it? Hey, Mark Phillips, good to see you, bro. There's the dude. Speaking of XRP was designed for 10,000. Mark Phillips is the guy who did the Medium, the great Medium article on XRP is designed to be a 10,000 per XRP. Good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Wi-Fi Lifestyles Review. You're welcome, my friend. That's a good point for sale. For sale says, where did I go? Oh, there it is. The Boys Club also has to make sure all their dirty money is clean because now it can be tracked. And that's a great point. And it shouldn't be taken for granted or taken lightly, I should say. I mean, that's a reality. That's a reality. It's yeah, just ask China. Holy cow. Mark Phillips says, and just ask yourself why David Schwartz would start PolySign to custody digital assets, if not intended as an entry point, safe harbor for institutional and governments XRP hodlers. This will fuel ODL's growth without question. It's all laid out. It really, really is. And right now, the bigger institutions and the governments, they're not going to be relying on a Ledger Nano X. That's exactly right, Lamar. And great point, Mark. Thanks for sharing that, brother. It's a great point. It's just the way it is. In order to get that type of institutions and governments holding XRP, you got to have a place for that where they feel like it's going to be safe to hold it. That's just, in the end, that's what it is. What's up, Deep Mind? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you, bro. Economic pressure will cause XRP to explode this year. I'm up for that, Lamar. I am up for that. Absolutely up for that. So in the end, guys, don't speculate. Appreciate. Again, that Ripple. Appreciate that Ripple is able to pivot when called upon. And I firmly believe that this pivot that they're making is not about, if in fact it is a pivot, is not about some fail somewhere. It's about them being called to action in some other area. And the fact that they can answer that call is tremendous. They can answer the call in global illiquidity. They can answer the call in cross-border remittances. They can answer the call in freeing up the Nostro accounts and eliminating this process of pre-funding. They can answer the call in providing working capital to SMEs. Ripple can answer the call when called upon. That's what we should be excited about. Purple Kush. That's so funny. That's so funny, bro. Indeed we are, my friend. Indeed we are. It's funny. Deep Mind, I like that. XRP was built for everyone. Not everyone is built for XRP. And that's why we have this channel, to help people continue on the journey, to strengthen their resolve, to level up their XRP IQ, to level up their digital asset space IQ, to level up their financial IQ, to become a better version of themselves so that they can weather the storm that is an 800 or 900 plus day bear market. You know what I'm saying? That's why we have the channel. Ooh, TJ Jackson. Wow. I would say it all depends on what your goals are for the greatest digital asset ever created. Do you have a goal? Do you have a goal? Do you have a number in mind? Do you have that goal? And have you hit that goal? If you hit that goal, then there's room for other digital assets. Haywood Jablone, what's going on, Haywood? I don't think I've seen you in the stream before. Oh, happy birthday to your wife, Frank. Happy birthday to your wife. Happy birthday to Mrs. McGillicuddy. Ha ha ha. We're gonna go from ashy. I like that. We're fine. We're finna go from ashy to classy. How about that? Indeed, we are. Where'd Mark Phillips just said something? Oh, without question, Trevor J. Good to see you in the stream, bro. Definitely taking profits, my friend. Definitely taking profits. And because I mean that's part of the game. You got to take your profits. Definitely. Hey, Siege, hope you take profits if we have a bull run, could pass all-time high and then come back down to these prices. Imagine taking the profits and buying back at these prices. Exactly. Gotta have those things ready, prepared to take some profits without question. You know, we have one in place for a particular place for us to take some profit. We're gonna snatch it up. Without hesitation, without reservation, take the profit. Because these bear markets, they can last a minute. They can last a minute or two. So definitely want to take the profits. Hold on one second, guys. I definitely want to do that. So we got one in, just take one. Got it all set up and ready to do its thing. But Mark Phillips says something. Where did that go, Mark? Diesel Hound was in the building. Mark said something. Where did that go? That's a great point. That's funny too. Fed Chair says, release some more money. Treasury Secretary, we can't because somebody lost their Ledger Nano. Yeah, exactly. I told you to custody the digital money with PolySign. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And it's right. It's right around the corner. We know it. David Schwartz, Arthur Brito, and those boys over there are chopping at the bits. I mean, I've never seen David Schwartz get so giddy in all my life, except for when he talked about PolySign and all the unique things they're able to do over there. And if you think for a second, Arthur Brito and David Schwartz are involved in a project that doesn't involve XRP, you've lost it. It may not solely be around XRP, but it certainly stems around XRP, right? Speed, hope all is good, bro. So I'm going to take it. I like that, deep mind. Consider the take, divide, stake, cash out method. Timing will be key. I like that, deep mind. We'll have to talk about that some more, bro. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to wrap up the stream. We got to head out. We got a business appointment we got to get down to. It's going to take us about an hour to get there. So, guys, listen, and I got a call. I got a call at 12 o'clock. But anyway, thank you so much for hanging out, man, this morning. Guys, I appreciate that. It's been a really, really cool hangout. Again, guys, don't speculate, appreciate. You guys, right? Don't speculate, appreciate. Ripple is massive. And we're blessed. We are blessed to know it. We're blessed to know it. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to wrap up the stream like I do all of my streams and remind you guys of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating? Or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.